Alright guys, happy Thanksgiving. This is Flogger of RC here. So I got my Su-30 from E-flite. What a beautiful plane, by the by. This thing is just the bee's knees. Alright, just amazing. Anyways, I've got it upside down. This isn't a beauty review. This is more of a functionality review, right? So I normally fly this thing off of concrete. However, where I fly at is very dangerous because you know we're surrounded by four-wheelers and dirt bikers and stuff like this, which is fine. But for the most part, they generally have a disregard for our planes, how much they cost, where we're coming in from, flying, yada yada. So they're constantly coming out of the bushes and just booming right over our airfield. And sometimes people lose their planes and they'll just get a hand up in there, sorry, as they peel off into the sunset. So, you know, I needed to find a new airfield because I do not handle $500 just being destroyed on a whim kindly. So to protect my sanity, I needed to find an airfield that would allow me to fly my plane in a controlled area and not leave me open to, you know, destruction from not any of my doing. So I found a club down in Sebastian. I went down there today to fly right off of 95. And, you know, this thing has a lot of power, you know, a lot of power. Twin 70 mils, plenty of power. 7,000 milliamp battery, 30 Cs, plenty of power. So I put it on, I got it set up, pulled out on the field, taxied out, made my U-turn to line up the runway, and ready for takeoff, taking off. I didn't get but 20 feet before this thing, I realized that this was not going to happen, and so I shut it down. You can see those those videos subsequently on the page Flogger of RC. So I knew something wasn't gonna happen. I didn't realize that, you know, I just thought, damn, that plane seemed kind of weak, not be able to get it off the grass. But I went out there, picked it up, got it back to the bench or to my stand, beautiful. And as soon as I got it upside down, I seen a tire stopping amount of grass back in here. Okay, just a tire amount of grass. This thing wouldn't even move. Tire wouldn't even move. So what I was seeing for those 20 feet was this powerful plane pushing itself down the runway as a sled because it did not have a front tire that was spinning at all. So I didn't have anything with me down there, and at the time I thought myself, from doing the U-turn, I must have collected the grass, right? So I pulled all the grass out and said, okay, I'm gonna walk it out there, set it down on the field, and we're gonna try and achieve flight this way. So I did that, and same thing. I got a little bit runner start, but within 20 feet again, this thing just pushing itself through the grass. Stopped it, picked it back up, brought it back, and again, seeing all the grass clumped up right in here. Right behind the tire, all up in that shroud area. Now, if you have one of these planes, you know it's got a C-clip in it, right? We've all been told to put that C-clip, to secure the C-clip rather, with a little dollop of foam tack. Now, I've done that. Everybody's done that. However, with this setup, you can't just remove the shroud easy, right? You have to remove that C-clip. And trust me, it is not easy. You'll more than likely damage your airplane trying to get this thing out of the landing gear with this landing gear still attached to your plane. So instead of undoing all that mess, right? Undoing this, undoing that, I just got this plane. I don't want to be dealing with all this. What I did, and I'm not sure if this is going to work, but looking at it, when you sit here and look at it like this, you literally have about maybe 5 mils, okay, maybe 5 mils from top of the shroud to the top of the tire, maybe 5 mils. There's no way you're going to put this thing through grass with that kind of clearance. You're just not. That shroud is going to collect everything that runs near it. So what I did was I removed 3 of these shrouds to have 2 remaining. Yes, it doesn't look as scale, but when you see how much tire you have now clearance-wise, Most airfields are cut pretty short. You don't have to have a golf course per se, but short like that is ideal. Now, what I went ahead and did once I made my cut was I rounded these off. Just in case, you know, this isn't adequate, now we don't at least have a piece here that's wanting to collect the grass. Because look at how it's sat on here, right? That's just collecting all kinds of stuff. With this gone, I think we're going to be able to get the runway, the grass flight that we're looking for. If we don't, shroud got to go, homeboy. That's a clip from ConAir. Anywho, I don't know who this might help or who else has had this problem, but I know not everybody lives next to a concrete runway. So I'm going to put up another video tomorrow after I do the flight review and see if this won't get off the ground with this modification, while still being able to retain the shroud. Hopefully this modification will allow us to get a rotation in. All right, so stay tuned. Look for the video tomorrow. You can see the video where we didn't achieve flight today. Jalen was on the video camera. You can see that on the channel. I'll be posting that up this afternoon. But at any rate, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, also guys, I've got some other builds coming, right? I've got that one sitting here. I think this is the Course Air, right? And then I've got the F-14 should be arriving tomorrow. It's not Christmas, is it? And then we have the A6 or the A10. I've been saying A6 all day. How dare me? I've been weathering this thing up, trying to get it painted, getting there, finishing it. Not really sure if you can see all that. You probably only see the places I poked holes through. How dare you? Anywho, I'll be doing a video on how to weather and get that weathered look you're looking for. You know, I think that's a pretty good job. I'm really getting into this detail in these foam planes. It's just really, really nice. So I'm going to do a video on how I'm doing this. And it's not really a video of how to do it. It's more a review of the videos that have been put up on how to do it, right? Because this is the first time I've weathered a plane, okay? So I've gotten all my technique from watching these videos of our peers, posting them online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start reviewing the techniques I've learned from online to say, yeah, this is the way, or no, this isn't the way. Because there's a lot of us that don't know. And to do this, not for nothing, this is a little bit of money in, you know, in the stuff you need to weather it. The paint, the thinner, the airbrush. It's not, you know, it's a little bit more than I thought it would be. But, I mean, you can use it forever. So, with that being said, I've learned a lot of cool techniques that I wouldn't have known otherwise without learning it through the RC community. I've learned some other techniques that aren't very good, that I wish I could forget, you know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring those issues to attention, and I'm going to direct some people to certain you know, methods that do work. Rather, that's a better term for it. So. Yeah, that's where we're at. All right. So again, happy Thanksgiving, guys, and I'll give you all a update tomorrow on how this thing's performing. Take care.